Welcome to the Militia gaming community. I'm Trigger, and today we talk about the 2019 BMW M2 competition. Let's go! Alright, before we get into the video, I just want to say thank you for watching. I know you could be watching anything else on YouTube, but you're here with me, and I really appreciate it. If you need any information about any of my builds, you can head to my website, militiagamingco.com. That's where all of my builds are linked at the top, as well as an invite link to the Discord. We have a ton of people in there that are still playing Need for Speed Heat, so if you're looking to group up, that's a great way to do it. Alright, let's get into it. The fastest engine for this BMW M2 is the 710 horsepower 3.8 liter V8. I was able to run a 258.7 on Arian, and that time is okay. Like I've said in previous videos, I'm looking for a time under 3 minutes. That's what you're shooting for on this particular track, and that's just with my personal skill. If your skill level is better, obviously you're shooting for a better time, and if it's worse, you're shooting for a worse time. That's okay. But for me to judge these cars, anytime under 3 minutes is a decent car. So this is a decent track build. The car feels really good. It handles nice. It does have a little bit of a steering problem, so we did have to crank the steering sensitivity up, but all in all, it runs very, very well. So with that said, here is the full track build. The 710 horsepower 3.8 liter V8 engine, Ultimate Plus engine parts, Ultimate dual turbo, and the 5x3 pound NOS, super track suspension, Pro brakes, Elite race tires, Elite Plus clutch, Super Plus 6-speed gearbox, and the Super track differential with NOS refills and duration. Steering sensitivity is +2 like I had mentioned, downforce is -1. Traction control is off, and drift style is on gas. Alright, let's move on to the drag build. Now this car for drag racing is okay. It's in the middle of the pack. It ranks about 41 out of the 130 cars or so. It's got a 1.930 to 60 and a 8.70 quarter mile, and that is with the 710 horsepower engine. So like I said, it is just okay. It's not a super fast drag build, and it's not a super slow one either. That being said, here's the full build. That same engine, Ultimate Plus engine parts, Ultimate dual turbo with a 1x15 pound NOS, Super track suspension, Pro brakes, Elite drag tires, Elite Plus clutch, Super Plus 6-speed gearbox, and the Super track differential with NOS refills and duration. And then steering sensitivity, I just left it at 2, but make sure you take your downforce down to -5. That's how you get the 8.7 quarter mile. Traction control is off, and drift style is on gas. Moving right along to the drift build, this is actually the most fun I had with the car, was drifting it. I think this is where the car is at its best. Out of the 4 builds that I'm going to give you, this is the best one. So on that drift track that's right outside the racetrack, it averages about 90,000. It does very, very well. It scores high enough for you guys to 3-star every event in the game. It does pretty well. I really like this for a drift build, and here is my full build. It's that same engine, Ultimate Plus engine parts, but I went with the Ultimate Screw Supercharger. Gives you a little bit more torque and a little bit more wheel spin. 5x3 pound NOS, Super speed cross suspension, Pro brakes, Super drag tires, Elite Plus clutch, Super 5-speed gearbox, Pro drift differential, NOS refills, NOS duration, and then make sure you have your steering sensitivity set at 5 and your downforce at -5. Traction control is off, and drift style is on gas. Alright, lastly, we can take a look at the off-road build, but I have a confession to make. By the time that I actually went to record the clips for this video, I had already done my off-road testing, but I didn't write down my times for some reason. And in between doing the testing and actually recording the clips for the video, I lost my heat save file, so I had to completely start over, and I don't have the time to run through the game again before I do this video, so I don't have certain races unlocked, and those 2 races that I'm looking for are HTV2 and Rumble. So that's a long-winded way of saying the clips you're looking at are just me driving in the dirt. And I don't have my official off-road times, but because I had written my build down, I can give you the official off-road build. So let's take a look at that. Now, I will say this, when just driving around in the dirt, I can tell you this car is definitely fast off-road. It feels very, very snappy. It regains traction, doesn't slide too much, and it has a very good top speed in the dirt. So with that said, here is the off-road build. It's the 710 horsepower 3.8 liter V8 again, Ultimate Plus engine parts, Ultimate dual turbo with a 5x3 pound NOS, Super Rally suspension, Pro brakes, Elite off-road tires, Elite Plus clutch, Super 6-speed gearbox, and the Super Rally differential with NOS refills and duration. And then steering sensitivity is +5, downforce is -5, traction control is off, and drift style is on gas. Alright, this was a quick one, guys. I didn't have a lot to say about this car other than it's just pretty average. It's fun to drive. I do like it in drift setups, so please use it for that if you can. And with that, I'll end the video. I really appreciate you guys hanging in there while I'm moving. I know there's been a lack of content, but this should be the last video from my studio here in California. We're moving everything to Texas, so once we get there, I'm gonna hit the ground running. We're gonna have videos basically every day of the week, so look forward to that. I will see you guys soon. Shout out to all the Militia subs. I'll catch you on the next one. Trigger out.